In my town, there's an old wise tale of a boy who fell in love with a girl. He could never get up the nerve to ask her out. He would follow her, waiting for an opportunity to approach her. One day he found out she was moving out of town. Due to problems with her parents, she would most likely not be returning. He decided to wait on the outskirts of town and surprise her. While he was waiting, his head filled with all the possibilities that this event could lead to. He began to get excited, keeping his wrists together and drumming his fingers. He saw her car leaving the town and headed down the only road out, which he was waiting beside, hiding in the bushes. As this was a rural road, there were large bushes either side of the road, and only one lane for the cars to drive on. As the car drew nearer, the excitement overtook him, and he leaped onto the center of the road, shocking the girl and not leaving enough braking distance for her to stop. The car swerved and hit the boy, launching him through the air and landing hard on the rough terrain of the rural road. The girl jumped from the car and approached his twitching body. As the girl bends down to examine his injuries, she hears a faint gasp from his body. He utters a single sentence, "Love me," as blood trickles from his deathly grin. "What?" she replies in a confused state, after presuming he had died. "Do you love me?" he questioned in a sickly monotone voice. Yeah, sure," she answers after a moment of silence. "You're lying," he yells louder than he should be able to, considering his current state. The girl apologizes and begins to back away in fear of his screaming. A look of terror spread across her face. With great difficulty, he attempts to stand. He groans, accompanied by the crackle of his bones. He falls to the ground and lets out a cry of pain. The girl approaches him again in pity, lifting his arm over her shoulder and helping him get to his feet. She walks him to her car and lays him in the back seat, and he loses consciousness. She climbs into the driver's seat and continues the way she was heading, as there is no hospital in our town, and she wasn't eager on spending the night with her parents. The drive to the next town is a long and dark and lonely side road, nothing but empty fields on either side of it. She hears him shifting about in the back seat. She speeds up, eager to get to the hospital, where she can drop him off and continue with the rest of her long journey. "Are you all right?" she asks, not even sure if he's awake, but eager to fill the silence with something. Keeping his eyes closed, he questioned her again. "Love me?" He mutters as if the words pain him more than the wounds. She stays silent, pretending not to hear him, and turns on the radio to fill the awkward void the question has created. "Why don't you love me?" he questions, continuing his interrogation. She sneaks a glance in the rearview mirror and immediately wishes she hadn't. The boy was now sitting up in the back seat, staring mechanically at the back of her head, an unsettling lifelessness in his empty eyes. "You should lay down. Rest. Your wounds could get worse," she suggests, hoping he would stop his incessant glare burning deep into the back of her head. "Tell me you love me," he demands, raising his voice slightly louder than before. "Lie down. We'll be at the hospital soon. I think I see the streetlights ahead," she replies again, avoiding his question. "Why won't you say you love me?" he screams piercingly, causing the girl to jump in her seat. "Stop this!" she yells in response, trying to break through his screams of insanity. "Love me!" he screams one last time, wrapping his hands around her face. She yells out in agony as he claws at her upper face, gouging out her right eye. She screamed continuously, the car swerving on the road as he grips her around the neck. Her focus is now torn from her driving, now being driven by her primal instinct to survive. The car swerves out of control and crashes into a telegraph pole. The following morning, the car was discovered by local police officers, and the woman's body was examined by forensic experts, who concluded that the woman didn't die from the crash, but from strangulation, as proven by the severe bruising around her neck, in the clear form of someone's hands. This is the part that confused the experts, as there was only one body discovered in the wreckage. Whoever else would have been in the car with her should have died from the crash itself. The boy hasn't been sighted since that night. Some say he's returned to town, and has even fallen in love again. The day you left me is still clear in my mind. Why would you do this? You know I love you. We're meant to be. We were destined to be together. The stars told me so. You used to love hearing that. You shouldn't have talked to that guy. I wouldn't have gotten so angry if you had told me you wanted permission first. But you were never good at hiding things, were you? Like your house key. You put it under the welcome mat. How cliché can you be? You're lucky it was me that found it. You were safer that way. Well, until I found you and that guy sleeping together in our bed. It's okay, though. I've forgiven you. Not him, though. I couldn't forgive that man that tried to get in between us. Now, I'm sorry I got so mad. I admit, I lost control. He didn't deserve to lay beside you. You're too good for him. The gods made you for me alone. He's probably talking to them about it right now. Don't cry. You know how I hate that. He's not worth your tears. What? Did you actually care about him? I can't abide that, nor the smell of his cheap cologne on you. It's disgusting. Why would you lower yourself like that? But it's okay. I'm going to make it all better. You're going to have to stay here a little while. Later tonight, we'll leave this world together. It'll be okay. After all, I love you. So just relax. It'll be over soon. I'm back. Did you miss me? What a silly question. Of course you did. Why wouldn't you? Now, don't be scared. I've decided we need to talk before anything happens. You need to understand a few things. First of all, everything I did was for you. So even if you tried to report me to the authorities, they'll know you were involved. See, I've been very busy today. I used your phone to send myself several incriminating messages and broke into your Facebook. That was way too easy, babe. You should be more careful. I also took the liberty of telling your family you were going on vacation, so no one is going to miss you. Who cares about them anyway? It's just you and me. That's all that matters. Now, about this pickle we find ourselves in. Do you really want to continue on knowing you're now an accomplice to murder? After all, the body is in your house. Plus, you left in a real rush to get out of town. Your whole family will know. Your friends. Unless you choose to go with me. I'll go clean everything up, destroy your phone, and make sure we're never found. Okay, good. I knew you'd want to go with me. Close your eyes. I'm going to put you to sleep now. Don't worry, it's just a small sting. Then we'll be together forever. My love, my sweet everlasting love. I let your last breath blow hot against my skin. Your eyes glaze. It's over for you, but not for me. I have to file a report with authorities. Let them know you killed yourself in my basement when I told you I couldn't keep quiet about you murdering your new boyfriend. After all, I have a new girlfriend now.
Bye.